All right, this is Sunday, 1937, 55 seconds, year 2023, 4th month, April 16th day. So, supposedly, Sister Michelle transitioned on somewhere during the night. Anyway, so I'm over here at Dad with Jay. And I got this scale going, which is somewhat kind of different. Starts on a CD. Starts on an F note. C, D, E, F, G, A. Starts on an A sharp note. And that's the black key all the way to the right for the 3 keys in a row. So it's A sharp. That's not G sharp though. Might not be C here. A, B, C, D, E, F. It's F sharp. So it starts on F sharp, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in the C key. Is that right? No. No, hold on. C, D, E, F, G, A. It is A sharp. So that's A sharp. That's G. Let's see. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And that's B. Okay, so there we are. A sharp, B, and C. There it is, because that's right on the left-hand side to the 2 black keys. It's always C, so there it is. A sharp, C, C sharp, D, E, F, G, and then A sharp is the octave. So I'm a bit befuddled because there is there's a step and a half in between the A sharp and the C. Seems like it anyway. Okay, and there's a half step in between the A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's A in the C key. And then there's the A sharp. So half step in between A sharp or G sharp and G and A sharp. But I'm looking at the scale formula, and the scale formula is whole, half, whole, half. So a whole step in between the first 2 notes, whole step in between the second and the third note, and then a half step between the third and the fourth note, and then whole, half, which would be the 5, the 6, and the 7 are all whole steps, and then 7 to 1 is a half step. Now a half step is just a black key and a white key. But this is, I play the black key for the first key, or for the first note in the, whatever scale this is, starting on A sharp, and I go to B, I skip B, but I go to the C, which is from A sharp to B is a half step, and then from B to C, that is a half step. Between B and C is a half step. Is it? Yeah, it is. On the guitar, it's a half step. So, A sharp,
Come on, crowd.
B, and then C. Huh. So that would be a half step and a half step. That would be a whole step right there. Supposedly. But something not jiving with me. Oh, that's what it is. It's these black keys in between the two whites is the half step. That's why. Alright, so yeah, that is a half step between that note and that note, which is B and C on the piano. So, that would be a whole step. Alright, so here it is. If this is A sharp, the first note in the key, this would be A sharp, whole, half, whole, half. So there it is. Now it has a lot of sense. Alright. So this could be the A sharp key. Now if I play the C key, I'm looking for the relevance in sound. So I'm going to play the C key, and then I'll play the A sharp key after it, and see if there's similar resonance in sound. The A sharp key. Yeah, I can hear it now. I can hear the similar resonance. Or that would be the frequency in between notes, which is invisible. It's something that's heard, but it's invisible. It's felt. The frequencies are things that are felt, like vibrations. So. Alright, so there we are. So now as you can continue playing around in that key then. I started off with this fluctuation between a D note and this C, D, E, F, G, and a G note. I was going back and forth like this. But I thought I was in the key. I thought I was in the C key until I started playing around on the right hand up here. I was messing around with different notes as melodies while these bass notes were being held. It went something like this. And I just started adding what seemed like more notes to a B key. Anyway, playing around with that, somehow I got onto some black keys. That's what it was. I was hitting black keys, adding those to the melodies, thinking that might be the melody that I was hearing in the brain, searching for the notes. But knowing that the girl energy has always been stepped on, it's harder for the girl to locate the note exactly because the king has always been stepping on the queen and the child. So even though it happens both at the same time, the queen energy is always always inaccurate until that queen energy is brought to equal power. And that's what the audit is. The queen audit with the child is that which audits the king, which is mud-stuck abuse. So it's all very sensible to me. And I would just call inaccuracy, it's just timidness, or lack of confidence, which happens when something's been abused. That's what happens with abuse. There's a lack of confidence. But with the conscious effort that I put forth in it, that lack of confidence is becoming secure. And I always tie that, tie that in with the security agreement, which is the rebuttal to the king's abusive mudstuck dominance. That's the societal energy that's been persuasive throughout, this planet, more than likely other planets, and throughout the whole universe, which has been stepping on the soul. That would be the Father, Son, and the Spirit. That's all from religion, Father, Son, and Spirit. That's popular in the Jesus Bible. The Father, Son, and Spirit energy has been stepping on the Mother, Daughter, and Soul energy. And it's very evident to me because in the Father, Son, Spirit story, there is no equal mention to the Mother, Daughter, Soul energy. And in fact, in the New Testament, the men are told that they are to rule over the son, the woman, and the child. And that's a bunch of bullshit. That is not true. That is not a full representation of equality throughout the universe. That's a dominant, abusive king power trying to make it look like it's something good. And it's not. But that mentality, whether one is religious or not, is persuasive throughout the conscience and all the living creatures, and especially on this earth. So anyway, now that I'm somewhat getting familiar with this A-sharp key, now I'm looking at playing around with chords as I'm playing it over and over and over to log it in the memory in the now moment. Because as it was, when I first got up to this piano, the only key that I'm really associated with is the C key. I got that one memorized real easy because it's just one white key after another, starting on the first white key on the left side of the two black notes. So I can easily, as I'm playing around for a period of time, I can easily figure out any other key. And then I just keep repeating all of the notes in it, playing around with it to get it more familiar as the song progresses. So I'm looking at forming chords here. So the first chord would be something like this. It would be a 1, 3, 5 is the formula. So this is a 1, 3, 4, 5. So there it is. 1, 3, 5. So there's the A sharp. That would be A sharp 1 right there. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5. So now I can play on the left hand. I can play the bass notes. Just simple. Let me press the reverb pedal down here. Keeps everything going. I can melodize now that I got a chord. This is all counterclaim. And that's exactly what the affidavit is. It's music. It's the rebuttal. to the king's abusive mudstuck energy, which is called counterpoint. And music is called Bach and Beethoven always played for the courts, folks. Always played for the courts. All those early composers. Everything's based on courts and affidavits, rebuttals, counterclaim. That's what music is. Financial instruments. It's vibration, it's frequency. It's feeling and seeing the things that are invisible. It's universal energy. And that's what the melody is. It represents the girl energy, the affidavit. That's the rebuttal to the court. The left hand is the court, the chord playing the bass, ah, and the singing, ah, is the affidavit. It's the melody. It's universal law. Very sensible to me, and I could be wrong, but I think I'm onto it, all over it. And this is the missing link that I see going on in the whole fucking world. I think I see what no one else sees yet. But I could be wrong. But I've seen a lot of things and experienced a whole lot of shit. Whole lot. And this is the message that I share all over YouTube with Yngwie Malmsteen, Ozzy Osbourne, all the heavy metal artists, President Trump, President Biden, and all the patriot groupies. They all know exactly what I'm sharing. And I call it sharing. I share all evidence, every fucking thing. I don't hide shit. And that's all the basis. That's the basis to all music that I put forth. It's all just evidence. It's court evidence. These are chords. Here's the counterclaim. I'm looking for another chord to bounce back and forth with. So what I like to bring is, while I'm searching in the music, that search is a musical piece in itself. So now I want to search for another chord to construct, while the melody and the court, or the court and the counterclaim, are playing together. Okay, so this would be a 1 chord that I'm playing, that A sharp 1. So what's going through the mind is just to strike a 4 and a 5. You know, it's just that those are the 3 most popular chords in all music. The 1, the 1st District Court, the 4th District Court, and the 5th U.S. District Court, the 1, 4, 5. You know, supposedly, legally speaking, the 45th president won, legally speaking. But I know both Biden and Trump are on the same team. But I just like to bring these points up because that's where history is at right now, in the music, with the music. So I'm going to search for the 4 and the 5 chord now. While the music is playing. Yeah, there it is. First, now I'm into drums. This is drum energy now. Coordination between the notes is known as rhythm, otherwise known as drums, otherwise known as the native to the land dance rhythm. That would be the beat. So to get coordination, it's called dancing. Dance coordination. And now I hear it wants to shift to a different chord. I hear dun. That's and I feel the vibration in the body. It isn't that I just first heard it or thought of it, as in mind over matter. In martial arts, it's always mind over matter. In other words, that's king over the queen and the child she birthed. No, it's both thought and body vibration. Feels it at the same time. Equal power, equal in power. Then I hear this note, da. So I'm wondering what this note is. Is it going to be a 4 and a 5? And if it's not, then I'm just going to figure out what number it is and just flow with it anyway, because that's the vibration that I'm feeling and hearing and thinking all at the same time. And this note right here is a... see, this is a 1, 2, 3. Ah, it is a 4. Look at that. It's a 4. Wow. And so now I want to figure out while the music is playing. See, this is always the strive with me. It's called improvising in the moment. Although I don't consciously know where all the notes are. I just flow with it anyway. It's also known in street layman's tax collecting terms as just make it up as I go along. In other words, I'm not scripting this like a presidential address where everything's scripted like robot stuff. So I'm just flowing with it, just putting anything in there because it's easy to play it. It's easy to bring to court. The court is the affidavit, and then that which is written on the affidavit is the rebuttal, known as the counterpoint or the melody. So this would be 4, 5, 6, and I'm noticing that the 5 is right there. See if I can remember that. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, back to 1, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 7, as the 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, 1, 3, 5, 4, what the, 5, 4, 3, and I know that's a 4 and 3 because they're a half step apart. That's the black key and the white key right next to each other, half step apart. No, I kind of want to go to a 5 note, but I'm not really feeling it and hearing what it is because the woman is feeling, not so secure. It's wondering. The woman isn't wondering. I wonder what shall happen with the rebuttal, with the counterclaim, with the words written on the affidavit. And this gets into the legal modern Jesus interpretation of that Bible. After David is known as King David. After King David came Solomon, known as the man of peace, or the man that traveled across the waters to other nations, and that's the Navy and the Marines, the girl energy. It always makes me wonder. No wonder I was in the fucking Navy. Someone put me there, and I can only wonder who did it. Because I'm probably an MK Ultra experiment to bring forth a remedy to this bloodbath Vatican situation controlled through the extraterrestrial is what I figure's going on. And Star Wars isn't a bunch of fiction shit. Darth Vader actually reports to some extraterrestrial. That's what I figured. It isn't that far-fetched. Very sensible to me. Anyway, that's just me, though. As the hospital corporation tried to mask me or shut me up or gag me up, yeah, the hospital energy. Okay, that's Vatican, extraterrestrial. That's the doctors with their mind games and all their poisons. this would be a 5, I'm just going to throw it out there and see what it sounds like. See what's going on with it. I'm just simple scale stuff. 5 back to 1. And here's now I'm hearing a different melody now with the one chord. It's there it is. And this is the lyrics I hear. That's what I hear. Those are the words that want to come out. You cry, down, 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 and then the song just wants to start taking off from there to something else. But anyway, I'm more proficient on guitar than I am piano, but I love this fucking piano, man. I love the vibration that comes right through the body, all this acoustical stuff. I really can't stand all this electric fucking shit, but this fucking piano, it almost puts electric guitar to fucking shame with all the vibration that I feel coming out of it, connected to the wood and the foot on the pedal and all that shit. God, but it is nice to have the electric guitar too, you know, because that's the bad habit, and who knows, it still could be a wonderful thing, because what I see is a balance between the bad habit and the good habit. And the bad habit really ain't that bad. It's just been used, mud stuck abusively. Anyway, here we go. Okay. So now I hear that this wants to play the chord, and this hand wants to be the melody now. In other words, the court wants to learn how to be an affiant too. Anyway. Every note has a reason with me. Every note has a reason, a universal reason. Now I want to stop. I want to stop in the music, and I actually want to figure out this chord. So, just because I started off improvising, thinking that I have to keep the music going as I'm improvising, I feel this urge, the old bad habit urge, to want to get stuck on it. And abusively, because I start feeling a bunch of pain in the body, like I got to keep going that way. Or I got to live that particular philosophy, but I don't have to. I just stop anytime I want and have it go any direction I want, anytime I want, and without time. So here I went. I went to 4, and I hit. Well, let's just play it again so I can figure out what note was that I hit. So I did. I played both the 4 note on the melody and the chord. So I want to stop and I want to figure out what are the 3 notes in this 4 chord, or the 4th district court, which is the highest court in the land, the district court. This is a 4 note. So I know that a 4 chord. Well, hi, little bud. We got a visitor here. The cat has shown up. Is it no wonder? That's commercial affidavit truth right there. Shows up with the music. And this is the cat that's from the area where I have a lien on the property down there in Springfield, Oregon. This is the cat connected to a nephew. And he fell on hard times and he couldn't keep the cat, so I saw that the cat needed some help. Anyway, I got a video of this cat. This cat is called Smokey. Anyway, he's joined us, or joined me. Anyway, so I was on the 4th note, looking to see what are the 4 notes in the A-sharp key to the 4th chord. The 4th chord. All right, so what was that? That was this note. Oh, there he went. Oh, good. Is you playing? How playing? Go be up there. Look out. I want to play something, man. He likes to play. Yeah. I likes to play. Yeah. He's a snuggling little guy. Yep, snuggling. He might bite the finger, though, because he wants attention right now. You need some attention. Okay. He got enough. All right, so the 4th note. Okay, so in the A-sharp key, those are the other notes after the 4, so that would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So the 4th chord, or the 4th chord, comprises a 4 note, a 6 note, and a 1 note. And I had to train and study to get that onto memory. It just didn't come overnight. So I had to bring a new habit into a situation. So, and it wasn't that I had to study it, it's that I was drawn to study it. And that's the big difference between someone must study something, which is the public school system, rather than the girl's side with the child is to see where the child wants to go with it. The mother flows with the direction that the child wants to bring, not force anything on the child to learn. So that would be a 4, a 6, and a 1. So there's the chord right there, 4, 6, 1. So I press the 4 note in the bass. Now I'm tired of talking and leaning over like this. Besides, we're at 40 minutes into the video. I might as well just stop right where it's at anyway. I got enough video on this anyway. I think I'm just going to play because I don't want to go over an hour accidentally. Otherwise, I won't be able to transfer this thing to a thumb drive and get a record so that I can keep a record before I put it on YouTube. Which the abusive king always ends up terminating channels from anyway because he doesn't like what I have to say or share. But no, that's just part of being a mother. Sometimes the kid throws fits. Anyway, talk to you later.